My name is Marilyn Dougall. I'm an AIT practitioner, teacher, and supervisor. And today I'm going to be talking about the immune system mobilization process. This process is in the multi-causal seminar manual if you've taken that. It's on the website and you can download it and print it out at no cost from there. So you can have a copy of this. The preparation for this is the same as anything else in AIT. You do the muscle test, your client for the ND&D, and reversals. Rub the sore spots. Then you're going to ask your client to invent a brief phrase to describe their condition so they can use it in the work. Today, I'm going to use the phrase of possible coronavirus, because pretty much that's what we're all kind of concerned about. So that's going to be my phrase. It could be my cancer cells. It could be my sinus infection. Today I'm going to use possible coronavirus. So you make note of the phrase. Then you muscle test your client. My being is ready, willing, and able to prevent or treat my possible coronavirus now. You muscle test. If it's strong, you go ahead and do that. If it's weak, you do other work. So here's a list in this protocol about reversals. We're going to go over the reversals and possibly treat them. If you need to, if you know your client very well, you can go to originating and initiating traumas as you go through this. The first one is, my body is incapable of healing itself. If that is strong, you treat it. If you need to go to an originating trauma, you do that. B, my immune system is incapable of healing my possible coronavirus without prescription drugs. C, my center is incapable of healing my body of its possible coronavirus. If it's strong, if these are strong, you treat them. My immune system is too weak to kill my possible coronavirus completely. I can only get well if someone else or something else does it for me. I'm too sick to be healed completely. I like this one. I'm too messed up to heal myself. I've certainly been there. It's impossible for anyone to heal themselves. So what you've got here is a list of beliefs that could be blockages or reversals to the whole protocol. So you want to go through, and then you muscle test to see if there are more reversals to healing my coronavirus. If that's strong, consider your client, talk with your client and their health issues, and discover and muscle test and treat the relevant reversals that come up. The next system has, the next part has 16 parts. Immune system diagnosis. This is the diagnosis. This is where you're going to get a lot of information. A, my body has enough red blood cells to bring oxygen and nutrition to the affected parts of my body affected by my coronavirus. If this is weak, you explore the possible issues of sufficiency, poverty, deprivation, and neglect. There may be others, but these are the ones that are suggested to look at. B, my red blood cells are easily bringing oxygen and nutrition to the areas of my body affected by my possible coronavirus. If this is weak, consider the issues of nurture, generosity, and blockage. If it is strong, then you move on. C, my body has enough white blood cells to heal my possible coronavirus. If this is weak, consider at least the issues of protection and survival. So it might be because I was afraid I wasn't going to survive something in my history, my body does not have enough white cells to heal my possible coronavirus. Okay. D, my body has enough platelets to heal my possible coronavirus. If this is weak, consider the possible issues of healing, protection, and clotting issues. Because one of my parents didn't protect me from the other parent, my body does not have enough platelets to heal my possible coronavirus, would be an example of that. E, my immune system easily recognizes the microbe or the virus that is or could be invading my entire body or my lungs as something it must destroy. If this is weak, if it is not true, if the immune system is not easily recognizing the virus in the body, consider issues of consciousness, insight, denial, and idealization. Because I'm so scared of contracting the coronavirus, I am now in denial of the possibility. Something like that. Okay. The next one is my leukocytes. Leukocytes counteract diseases. They're a type of white blood cells that attack disease cells. My leukocytes have already located the invading virus or virus cells. If this is weak, then it has not already located. So we want to consider issues of assertion, insight, location, discovery issues. Discovery like in the womb issues. So here we've got, you're beginning to see the connection between what she's written here and the possible issues. A leukocyte goes out and attacks. So if I don't know how to assert myself, or discover these invading virus cells, then there may be an issue there I need to connect to my body, my leukocytes. My leukocytes are easily engulfing and killing the invading possible coronavirus cells. If weak, again, consider assertion. Got to assert to go kill them. Aggression, and completion issues. The next one is, my red blood cells, kidneys, and colon are removing the toxic leftovers of my possible coronavirus. If weak, and they are not doing that, consider at least issues of rejection and letting go. If they're not getting rid of them, I'm not rejecting them, or I can't let them go. My killer blood cells are easily recognizing the difference between my body's own tissues and the invading cells of the possible coronavirus. If this is weak, if they are not easily recognizing the difference, consider issues of consciousness, denial, insight, and differentiation. Can't differentiate between my bodies and a foreign cell. J, my killer cells are easily attacking and killing only possible coronavirus cells and not my own body's tissues. Differentiation. If this is weak, if they are not attacking and killing only those, consider issues of protection, differentiation, taking care of business, completion, deserving. K, my killer cells are not attacking my own tissues in my body or the lungs, if you're having lung problems with the coronavirus or anything else. If this is weak, that means your killer cells are attacking some of your own tissues, possibly. Look for issues around self-hatred, self-punishment, suicidality, and differentiation. L, my phagocytes, which are cells that protect the body by ingesting foreign cells. They go out and they say, that's a bacteria, shouldn't be here. I'm going to ingest it. Or a dead cell is going to ingest it. So it's a protection. My phagocytes are easily chewing up all the invading organisms. If this is weak and your phagocytes are not chewing up all the invading organisms, consider issues of passivity, protection, and survival. M, my lymphocytes, which is a main type of white blood cell that protects us mostly in the lymphatic system. My lymphocytes are remembering the microbes as previous invaders, since they are. Now, I don't know about this with the coronavirus because I don't think we've ever had it before. So test it. If it's weak, still consider issues of repression, memory, unconsciousness, and dissociation. N, my antibodies are easily locking in onto antigens, neutralizing toxins, and activating complement. If this is weak and they are not easily locking into these things, consider issues of passivity, protection, and survival. O, my T lymphocytes are destroying invaders and antigens. If this is weak and they're not, consider issues of protection, aggression, assertion, and survival. P says other relevant immune system issues. So now you have a pretty thorough diagnostic list or knowledge. The next step is to discover underlying immune system traumas. It says, for each immune system issue that muscle test weak above, discover the originating, initiating, and connecting traumas and/or trauma patterns that underlie the issue. Make a list of these traumas and patterns, including the issues that muscle test weak. So now we're going to make a list because we're going to discover other relevant traumas. A, spirit, muscle test. Spiritual trauma is blocking my center from helping heal my body. If this is strong, discuss and muscle test to discover relevant spiritual originating, initiating, and connecting trauma or patterns. Add the patterns and traumas to your list to treat later. The second one is the psyche, muscle test. Psychological trauma is blocking certain body parts or processes from healing my possible coronavirus. If this is strong, discuss and muscle test to discover the relevant psychological trauma patterns and originating, initiating, and connect to traumas. Add these to your list of traumas and patterns to treat later. The third one is body. Muscle test. Physical trauma is blocking certain body parts or processes from healing my possible coronavirus. If this is strong, discuss and muscle test to discover the relevant physical traumatic patterns and originating, initiating, and connecting traumas. Add this to your list of traumas and patterns for treatment later. So far we've diagnosed and we've discovered, but we haven't really treated except for the reversals. And there will not necessarily be traumas to treat on all three of these levels, so keep that in mind. Now, by now, you will have a treatment list and a treatment plan that consists of a group of traumas and patterns for each type of dysfunction you have discovered. muscle test to find out the optimal order of treatment and the group of treatments. All the relevant body parts, including organs, immune system parts, if relevant, organ systems, nervous system parts, etc. Include relevant parts of the body being treated for the lungs or bronchi, which will be relevant if we're working with the coronavirus. B, all relevant diseases and bodily dysfunctions, breast cancer, kidney infection, asthma. C, all relevant microbes, parasites, or types of cancer cells or coronavirus cells. D, any other contributing substance, such as toxic chemicals or toxic heavy metals. E, any relevant allergies or sensitivities. You can begin to see how thorough this treatment can be. It's not a quick fix, but if you do it thoroughly, it can help a lot. So treat reversals and go to your treatment plan and treat the originating, initiating, and connecting with three-step transformation. You can, if you're not finished yet, you can create a matrix on your own. You can muscle test. We need to create and treat a core belief matrix in order to complete this work on my possible coronavirus. If this is strong, you do that. And if it's weak, you continue to the next step, which is reawaken core qualities. Muscle test. We need to reawaken at least one core quality in order to complete the healing of my possible coronavirus. If this is strong, you do that. If it's weak, you continue to. Hallelujah. I hope this has been helpful to you. If you have any comments or questions, please feel free to email us at the address below. Thank you.